Yeah, this is
the story continues.
This is an update of an infamous Greek man.
So what we have here, and I don't know that we really needed an update on this kind of frivolous story to begin with, but Penn State professor who begged cops to kill him when he was busted in bestiality case is hit with new charges of lewd acts in park. So let's see here. An award-winning Penn State professor arrested in a sickening bestiality case.
What did he win the award for?
It was from PETA, actually.
Yep, he's the number one schnauzer fucker of all time. He eats the best dog pussy. So our good friend, now look, he's got a beautiful mind. All right, he's a professor. Themis Matsoukas.
Hit the music.
64. He's, facing charges of indecent exposure, sexual intercourse with an animal, and animal cruelty, which is a cruel. Now, did he fuck the dog? We never got to the bottom of did he fuck the dog in the ass or was the dog licking his ass?
Breed counts. We discussed that. Yeah, breed matters.
And he says, and to his defense, he says he was blowing off steam when state troopers found him. He begged them to kill him and said, "Please, I was just blowing off some steam."
That's gotta be the best.
Office hours were crazy.
That's like gonna be one of the best suicide by cops ever.
Yeah. So Themi was it's a collie, his pet collie.
Okay.
How big is a collie?
They're always say they're like average to mid to large size dog.
And what if his cock is small? If his dick is small, a collie, that's fine as far as I'm concerned.
You got to compare it to a standard collie dick.
Yeah. Let's put even a big collie dick. Because maybe that's even really nice for the collie. Yeah. It wants to fuck a big collie dick. If he's got a small human cock that equals...
What is this guy? What is this guy a professor of?
Chemical engineering.
Chemical engineering, okay.
No, that's a lot of math, dude.
It's a hard
he's
science.
like Walter White. Yeah. I'm Breaking Bad, baby.
I am the one who fucks dogs.
Now here's something that here's the continuation of the case. Our good friend Themi, because he was caught, I believe, on video, we still don't know. They didn't tell us if he fucked the dog or not, but he was in a ski mask with his asshole out, I believe. I think the dog was eating his ass. But anyway, they seized his personal belongings and they found 55 videos with similar charges, an alleged 55 videos. Go down, elders. Let's see what it says. They include videos. That's a cute guy. He's a handsome guy right there. They include videos of the professor naked from the waist down, naked apart from a ski mask. I'm sorry. So just a ski. He didn't think they'd be able to figure him out.
Yeah. He was making a drill video.
Sucking a dick and I'm fucking a dog. Eating the dog's fucking ass. So he was captured. Oh man. He was captured on video masturbating on a picnic table in a lake at the park and on the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources vehicles. Wow. He said fuck forest rangers. I'm getting my ass fucked by a dog on your car.
That's an incredible sentence.
Matsoukas was also seen climbing a tree while naked and inserting a tree branch, a Tootsie Pop, and the control handle of a DCNR John Deere crawler in his ass. Officials said he put the fucking...
Like for the plow?
I think...
He was whipping a John Deere side-by-side with his rectum?
That's a great question. In my head, I thought he put the revving part.
It has modes like 2-wheel, 4-wheel.
Yeah, was it the stick shift?
Was the little? I'll take one little baby hit.
Right.
Oh my god! So first of all,
okay,
climbing a tree and putting a branch up at your ass, nice. Are they cold, man? Put them in the fridge.
They are cold.
Oh, all right, yeah. Put them in the fridge. We got the A&W root beers, folks. Please smoke the weed on camera, elders. Be a professional, please, for Christ's sake.
We're at work.
We're at work, for fuck's sake. You fucking piece of shit.
I'm good on that.
All right.
Okay,
okay, he climbed a tree and put a branch up his ass. My question is, was the branch that he put in his ass the one he climbed on? Like, did he climb to the end and then like kind of put it and like hang it like a Christmas ornament?
And then he realized that in order to climb down, he had to put his hand on that branch again. It's like,
and
fuck.
then like, yeah,
Fuck.
Or did he? Yeah. So that's interesting. That's. First of all, climbing the tree is awesome.
Yeah.
You think you'd be able to find branches on the ground. But he found the branch he really wanted in his ass, and he did a little cardio.
So imagine he's doing this at like off-peak hours at the like sort of parks and state forest or whatever. But like, fuck, could you imagine if you were like walking through a park late night and just saw a dude naked, but only for a ski mask in a tree, fucking his ass with like, what's that? The DCNR of a John Deere crawler in his anus.
Okay, control. Can you look up, Eldest? Look up control handle John Deere crawler, because I'd love to know if it is the stick shift or if it's the there it is.
It's already been Googled. People have been researching this article pretty deep. But just the general gist of this article, like this guy got busted for more pervert charges. If you already got hit with the dog one, just get your money's worth at that point.
I
right?
agree. Yeah, you're right.
You could have done everything else but for the dog thing, and
put the cart before the horse.
You know, he's eccentric.
He's putting shit up his ass. Who cares? But he also fucked his dog.
He's in a state park fucking his ass with tree branches. Whatever. Not for me, but who am I to judge? Unless you involve a collie, then it's just.
I like that he put a Tootsie Pop up his ass. Do you think he rewrapped it and gave it to someone?
How many licks does it take to get to the...
Did it have the Native American shooting a star? Because you could trade those in and get a free bag of Tootsie Pops.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Was it a female tree or a male tree? Because if it's a male tree, that's sus.
That's gay, yeah.
Okay, so like this guy's a professor of chemical engineering.
Yep.
And when I read this, I just I think of a statistic about like how engineering as a profession or like an academic area as like overwhelmingly high percentage of people who go on to become suicide bombers, like you know, like in countries in the Middle East. And I'm just thinking like, is there something about the brain it takes to like comprehend engineering that you get these like, how did your brain end up where like this is like the only thing that gets you off?
Yeah.
You know, you're like, I'm in a park, like having a dog lick my ass. I'm fucking
right.
You know, just like it's so elaborate. Like I don't know.
Yeah, is it because like, you know, because he's not really because I'm gonna say that's not the most efficient way to come is putting a branch up your ass, right? So he's not applying his engineering mind to it. So it's almost like it's so apart from what is.
That's his right brain activity. Going into the
That's
woods
what I'm saying. He's being creative. He finally is creative.
Yeah.
He's setting up a Rube Goldberg machine with like a John Deere tractor, a border collie, a bowling ball, and it's some dominoes, and then you know like a fist goes up his asshole.
There's a boot on a lever that goes up his ass. Kicks his balls and then goes up his ass.
Yeah.
So okay. Huntington County District Judge Douglas Gummo.
Great movie, by the way.
Douglas Gummo is an incredible name. Released him Monday on $50,000 unsecured bail. My man's got it like that. That ain't shit to Themi.
You only got to pay $5,000 of that, though. If you know the system. Dog the bounty hunter will be after him. And he's like, dog?
Yeah, he turns himself in with his ass first. And it's like, wait, this is a guy named Dog.
He's like, but wait, like, he's like, but Your Honor, like, I don't have anywhere near I can cover that money. They're like, don't worry, an anonymous donor has already covered your bond. They go to the courtroom. It's just like a golden retriever, just like.
Anything more to this story? Is that the end, Eldest? Matsuka. So, to my knowledge, we're satisfied that the investigation is complete with regard to the filing of additional charges. So that's it. No more stuff's coming out. He can start to rebuild. Matsoukas, who earned his PhD from Michigan and was with Penn State since '91, was relieved of his responsibilities as a professor and put on leave after his arrest last year. This is a really good test of how strong tenure really is.
I was just going to say.
As everybody says.
I didn't say he was fired.
Oh, wait, everybody wants tenure. Yeah, wants tenure for life.
Can you put a dog's tongue and a couple branches up your ass?
If an adjunct professor tried this, they'd be in the ground.
They're over. But I'm just, I'd love to see once it's all said and done and his name is cleared. I'm hoping he can return to.
Imagine you're his TA, and you just have to like pick up all his coursework. It's like, oh, are you fucking kidding me?
And I will just say this, Themi, if you ever want to get your side of the story out, come on to Kush Brothers. You have to smoke weed. You do have to smoke weed. And
He never stoops so low as to smoke weed on camera.
But if anybody knows Themis Matsoukas, please get and he wants to tell-all interview. We're sort of like Tucker Carlson. We're sort of like Tucker can talk to Putin. I can talk to any Greek man accused of a sex crime, and I can pull that off.
Yeah, so you're like, Themi, your side of the story. He's like, well, it begins with the Battle of Thermopylae around 500 BC.
Well, I was watching Snoopy on the TV, and I say watching Peanuts, but I see Snoopy on the house, and I said, my God, this Snoopy, he's a good, sexy guy. And I see I change channel, I have bad thoughts. I see, oh my God, it's Scooby-Doo. I see Scooby-Doo. I think to myself, maybe I bring him sandwich, he fuck my ass. That is how it started for me, basically, the dog. And then my uncle had a dog, had a large penis. He was a Doberman. And I say, I'm little boy. I put my mouth on his penis. So yeah, that kind of, I would love to have Themi to say kind of his side.
He'll make
the
the circuit. He'll do the circuit like Russell Brand.
Yeah,
him on.
My guest today was caught being naughty in the woods.
Yeah,
but he's a chemical engineer and he's got some ideas about the vaccine.
Yeah, dude. All Themi needs to do is say he's canceled, and then he's next up Jordan Peterson.
We can't let this take away from your work in chemical engineering.
What the man did was sick, yes, but he has a right to earn a living.
Chemical and molecular compounds yet be broken down or even discovered.
Severed like a hydrogen bond. A man from his dog.
Is dog truly man's best friend if you can't fuck it in the ass?
We've all had thoughts about Scooby or even Scrappy Doo.
Themis is going to join the international colorblind web.
All right, so free Themi Matsoukas.
Free the guys.
Things have been
He's
taken.
suffered enough.
He's
really.
suffered enough.
Unless the humiliation fetish is his thing, and then there's
No.
also congratulations. Themi.
Sounds like it was getting
Sounds like
fucked by
this.
dogs.
Big dub.
Dude, honestly, until this moment, I thought the dog licked his ass, but it sounds like he got his ass fucked by his dog, which is crazy. Wow. I'd really, if anyone, again, tell them he's welcome on the podcast, but also, if anybody knows if he got his ass fucked by the dog or if the dog, I think, you know what, this might have been the story from the first Kush Brothers, because Jamel was here.
Was it? Yes, sir. That's right.
Jamel was
Yeah,
here.
that was Kush Brothers
Wow.
#1.
Yeah, Kush Brothers #1. That's how, I mean, starting with a story like that, how were we ever going to fail? We were never going to fail when
It
we
all
had...
comes full circle, and now you're not smoking weed, but you're still talking about a guy,
Yeah, right.
a Greek man getting his ass fucked by
Another-
dogs.
Another, the dawn of a new era.
He's just gonna be in that forest getting his ass licked by a dog over and over again.
Have you ever seen what a John Deere tractor will do to a man's rectum?